Welcome, guys, back to Risk for Generational Wealth. My name is Barrett, and today's episode, we have some very deep questions to ask yourself. So we're very typically going to ask questions of other people and of the environment around us, but rarely we have time to actually reflect on the questions we have for ourselves. And these questions today are meant to be taken very slowly and very seriously. So what I want you to do is, as the video goes along, please take time to pause between questions and deeply think and write down what your thoughts are and what you really think the answer to these questions are. So, and then these questions too, you can take the time to actually reflect on them to see who you really are, where your baseline is, and hopefully they help you uncover a little bit more about yourself. So guys, question number 1, if money and status were no object, what would I do? So these questions, first of all, too, are meant to help you break the chains of society and be able to think a little bit more freely and not weigh so heavily the opinions of other people. So money and status are both some of the most powerful drivers that we have in our society. No matter how free you think you are, we all to some degree want the validation of the people around us. And both money and status seem to give that surface level validation. But the importance, again, we reflect back to some of my previous talks where there's more than one type of wealth. And so these are important to a lot of people, but you need to think about, if those didn't exist, what's important to me? So, question number 1. And question number 2, I love this one. If I were less afraid of other people's opinions, what would I say? This one is a very, very difficult one to wrap your head around for most people. We're so used to considering the thoughts of other people in everything that we say. We don't want to be perceived as dumb or incorrect or, just putting out an opinion out there that could potentially cause harm or hate towards us. But really, if you were completely protected, you had no issues whatsoever, everybody would always agree and say yes, what would you actually say? What truths would you put out into the universe? What would your thoughts be? And I hope this question helps you uncover a little bit about yourself and some of your deeper thoughts that you might have. Number 3, what actually makes me happy? Now, a couple questions in this one. Does success make me happy? What is the definition of success? So, take your time on that one and really think on a day-to-day and long-term, what actually makes you happy? As we, push towards success, what does that really mean for you? And I'll kind of tie in the next question as well, too, which is, what is your definition of success if money is taken out of the equation? So again, back to the 5 types of wealth that we were talking about, everybody thinks that money is the only thing that matters. And you really have to think, if money was taken out of the equation, what would actually matter for you and what would be the defining part of your life that would be success? Number 5, this one is a very, very interesting question too. This one I imagine you would be reflecting on later in your later years of life anyway, but I think is an important one to consider as you're going through life on a day-to-day. And the question is, what are the things that I'm hiding from myself? Think about it. We all have at least 2 different types of personalities that you put out there. One, we have the work personality, the face you put out for society to see, just as at a surface level. And then we have the true version of ourselves that we let those closest to see glimpses of. But even sometimes those that are closest to us don't see all the aspects of ourselves. So really, what are you hiding from yourself? It could be your fear of potential. For me, is something that I've had for a little while too. I've been a little scared to actually try and to put myself out there for fear of either rejection or maybe it doesn't work out. But life's short. You have to try, which is why I'm making this channel. So think about that one, guys. And number 6, which is the last one for today, this one is to help you because life is going to have bumps, life is going to have problems, and sometimes we're not always prepared for those. So what are the emotions I'm unprepared to feel or I'm not prepared to feel in life? For me, this 100% is going to be the death of my parents, the death of somebody very close to me. No matter how prepared you seem to be or you think you're going to be, those would just shock and destroy me, and it's not something that I'm ready for personally yet. And for a lot of people, there's many things out there that you're unprepared to feel. Maybe the pressure from a new situation that's about to come. You just never know. But I asked that one specifically to see and get you thinking, what can I do to prepare for any kind of bad stuff that might happen? Just to give you an idea for what I'm doing and what's kind of given me a little bit of a base, just having a good relationship, having a nice house, I have dogs. These are bases of love that can help support me through those hard times, in addition to quality friendships too. So with that in mind, guys, those are the questions for today. Please just take your time, think those through. If you need to rewind the video to rethink those questions, these are huge for your self-development and will really help you as they've helped me as well. So with that in mind, guys, Risk for Generational Wealth. My name is Barrett. I appreciate your time, and please like and subscribe down here. Helps me get that information out for other people like you that can benefit too from these questions or talks. So thank you very much.